Hey, what is up guys? Trent here, back with another video, and today I'm going to bring you something that I've never done before, and it's something that I'd maybe like to bring you seasonally and or maybe yearly. Today I'm going to bring you what's on my iPhone video. After a while you guys are probably going to catch on, if you're going to be a long time subscriber to me, you're probably going to catch on that it's going to be kind of the same kind of video every kind of year, and I don't want to say that to be like disappointing, but when it comes to apps, I'm very picky. They're either going to be a hit or they're going to be a miss for me. And if they are a hit, I'm probably going to keep the app on there for a very long time, as I don't like to stray out of my comfort zone. If it's a miss, you can tell me to see you later, because I'm never going to use that app again. But to see what's on my iPhone for 2017, let's dive right into it, and we won't waste any time. I have 5 pages of apps total, but I really don't keep around too many apps that I don't use. Usually once a month I try to sit down and delete the apps I don't use anymore, because I really like a nice crisp phone. To me, a nice crisp phone is keeping the iPhone pretty close to its stock. I still have all the home screen apps, as I pretty much use all the stock Apple apps on my phone. To me, I think Apple laid out the iPhone perfectly, and it's just what I am used to. Because when I tried to make my own personal home screen, it just didn't work out for me and it didn't flow right for me. So first off, for my home screen, you swipe over to the widgets tab Apple added this past winter, and I absolutely love it. Usually every morning after I wake up from my alarm, I swipe over to see what I have planned for the day. I look at the weather, make sure everything is charged. I try to read it up on the news since I don't watch much TV, and so on. Then I have my main home screen, which, like I said before, I love to keep this pretty close to the stock iPhone. I have my mail app, which I use for school, YouTube, and personal email. I use a standard calendar app because it's very simple to use and it stays synced up with my MacBook Pro and my iMac. Of course, I have the Photos and Cameras app, as long as an Apple's Map app. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the Apple Map app, but I freaking love this thing. It used to be very glitchy and sketchy, but Apple has turned it into a beautiful thing. Instead of searching for the internet for a nice restaurant to eat at, I use the Maps app because when I click on a restaurant, it gives me photos, it gives me the phone number, website, hours that they're open, and reviews from Yelp. Now, to me, that is everything I need, so if it looks appealing to me, I will get directions to drive there myself or catch a ride from Lyft or Uber. Next is the Clock app, which I use every day, obviously, to wake me up. I really like Apple's new bedtime feature when I can assure that I am getting enough appropriate hours of sleep. And in the morning, it wakes me up nice and gentle instead of blaring sirens in my ears. Next, we have the Weathers app and the News app, which I use pretty often, but I have other News and Weathers app that I'd like to use more frequently on the next page. Then we have the standard wallet app for my credit cards and Apple Pay, your notes, your reminders, keep track of stocks, the new TV app integrated with my Apple TV, books that I don't read, and your iTunes and App Store, which iTunes is pretty much dead ever since Apple Music came around. Next is the Home app, which I haven't gotten around to using because I don't have many things to use with it, and mainly because I'm waiting for Apple to create a Siri home-based device that when you walk in you can talk to Siri instead of talking to Alexa from Amazon or Google from Google Home. So I'm just waiting for Apple to create something like that where I can say, hey Siri, you want to turn on my bedroom lights or close the garage door for me? So once that comes out, I believe I'm going to be purchasing that, and I will use the Home app a little more often. Then we have the Help app I use to keep track of my day-to-day exercises, and of course your normal settings app. I keep the dock the same because to me it's the most convenient and I use those apps the most. I use Apple Music as my daily music driver, and I only pay $5 a month with a student membership with Apple Music. If you don't know about that, I'll link it down in the description below for you because hey, saves you $5 a month. That's a lot of money. Because to me, it's much better than Spotify. Now moving over to the second screen, I have of course all the extra apps from Apple, my activity for my Apple Watch app, and FaceTime. Now to the second row is finally where it comes to be the apps I put on here personally. Of course, I have all the social media apps, which I don't know why I still have Facebook, but Facebook sucks. I have Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, of course. I have the YouTube Studio app to keep track of my videos and reply to your guys' comments. Obviously the YouTube app, Timehop to see what kind of fool I was back in the day, ESPN app to keep track of all the sports that I follow. I also keep track of the sports news with the Bleachers Reports app from TeamStream. It's a very smooth flowing app where it brings me all the news articles so I can keep up to date on all the players that I have, especially in like fantasy football or baseball. It keeps me up to date on all those players. and the teams itself that I personally love. I use the Reddit app because who doesn't? Amazon to do most of my online shopping. Prime Now to get what I need quickly for when I can't run to the store. And then I have my banking apps for my accounts and credit cards, which I use every day to obviously make payments and stuff. And then, like I said earlier, I use another app as my main weather app, and that's Weather on the Ground. Weather on the Ground is a very nice, crisp, clean app that tells me everything that I need to know. It gives me radar, day-to-day, or hour-by-hour forecast, in-depth details on the weather itself, and of course, some news articles for weather around the country. The main news app that I use is called Smart News, and this is probably one of my favorite apps. I love this app because I get to choose what I want to see. So if I want to read some of the latest tech news, all I do is go slide over to the Tech tab, find an article, click on it, and either take me to the web page to read that article, or I can read it in their own smart viewer, which to me is very, very handy if I want to read a quick article and move on. I can of course share it and add it to the read list, and all around this news app is the absolute greatest. Next I have Venmo, my CBS Fantasy that I use for baseball fantasy team that I take very seriously. And typically that spot is used for like what type of fantasy season it is. So if it's basketball or football, a different app will be in there for that type of fantasy season. And then I have the app called GoPuff. It's a new company that came to my city here in Columbus, and basically they'll deliver anything to you in under 30 minutes. I highly recommend them to go check them out just in case you're craving that ice cream, at 4 in the morning, or a couple candy bars, chips, soda, whatever you can think of, GoPuff probably has it. And basically that wraps up this video for today. I'm not going to go over the other pages right now because those apps are kind of like apps that I don't use on a day-to-day basis, and that they're apps I typically don't like but I still use every once in a while. If you want to see those, leave a like down below and comment down below and tell me what you think about them, and if you would like me to review those apps, obviously. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you did, like the video as well. Tell me what you thought about it, go subscribe, and obviously tune in for more videos to come here soon. So without further ado, I'll let you guys go, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.